You and I agree it could be Biden Trump the rematch, or it could be Biden versus someone else. But if it is Biden Trump, I saw one poll that said 58% of Americans would want an alternative to those two
Hmm.
candidates. To our discussion, their combined age in 2024 would be 159. Joe would be 82, and Trump would be 77. And I think that would be a very, very clear emblem to the dysfunction of our selection process, where it's like, wait a minute, you have a country of 300 million people, and like we're choosing between this guy and
Hmm.
that guy. And
Yep.
so 58% of Americans would look around being like, do I have an alternative?
Biden's great weakness in my mind is his age. I know all the talk about like, oh, he's a liberal, or you can debate all of that stuff policy wise, but I think the biggest thing that the average person has an issue with is his age. Like, do I really want someone who, my grandfather is 82. Would I really want my grandfather as the president of the United States? I think that's a very relatable concern for lots and lots and lots of people. To my mind, the best, again, if you're in an objective vacuum and Donald Trump, you can keep Donald Trump from the nomination, the best approach for Republicans, if winning is the goal, is to nominate someone who is generationally, several generations younger than Joe Biden, to say, look, Joe Biden's policies are old. Joe Biden is old. We need a change. We need fresh blood. We need a fresh vision. Donald Trump can't really make that argument, right? I mean, it's just he's a couple of years younger than Joe Biden. It's not like Donald Trump is a policy visionary. I think he is. I think he is simultaneously the most likely Republican nominee, and out of the major candidates we've talked about, probably the weakest Republican nominee, in that I can see a path that Biden runs and wins again on a very similar message, which is like, this is a return to normalcy. Like, do you want this guy who's out there pushing like crazy conspiracy theories, or do you want me, who you may not love, who you may think is too old, but like, I'm not going to crash the republic into a mountain?
I was on a panel with Chris Christie a little while ago, and Chris said a generic Republican will defeat Joe Biden. And then I said, congratulations, Chris, but a generic Republican can't win your nomination.
Nope. That's
You
exactly
wind
right.
up. And so you wind up. So I think that Democrats will be looking at each other saying, like, are we really going to run Joe back? And then be like, well, if it's against Trump, he'll win. And then if it seems like a non-Trump candidate is emerging, then they'll start freaking out.
You mentioned polling. Uh, there was a poll out in New Hampshire last week that showed that, a majority of Democrats don't want Biden to run again. Now, some of that is because he has come out and said, I don't think New Hampshire should have the first in the nation primary
Yeah, they
anymore.
did love that.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're not, I mean, these are people who have built a cottage industry around having the first in the nation primary. But I do think if you go and look at polling outside of New Hampshire, there's lots and lots of people, including lots and lots of young Democrats, who don't want Joe Biden to run again. Now, those polls rarely ask why, right? They just say, do you think Joe Biden should be the nominee, or do you want Joe Biden to be the nominee? But, my strong sense is that there is some trepidation about nominating someone of his age to another 4-year term. I mean, we people went crazy when Ronald Reagan was going to be a decade younger,
I know. He's like a spring
younger
chicken compared to Joe.
Joe Biden, right? And so, I think you're right. I mean, I think there is again, if Biden didn't have control of sort of the reins of the nominating process, which he does, in which, incumbent presidents generally do. It's not like he's unique in this. But if he didn't have the full reins of the nominating process, is there a lane where you could run as a sort of generational change that, look, Biden did a lot of great things, but, the future of the Democratic Party can't be an 82-year-old man who will be, in his mid to late 80s by the time he runs by the time he's finished in office. Like, that's a case that there is some polling data, at least, that suggests there's interest there, again, particularly among younger voters, younger Democratic voters. So it's one of those things that I think there's a constituency for it. I'm just not sure there's a candidacy or a candidate for it.
Yeah, in part because of what you said before, which is, look, if you are an up-and-comer, you're not going to ruin your relationship with the current president and most everyone of importance in the DNC by thrusting yourself into this race, which is one reason why I think that Joe's going to declare for re-election, and then everyone is going to say, Joe, he's our guy. And get behind. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone in the Democratic establishment is going to say, Joe, he's our guy.